Magandang araw ho sa lahat. Ako ay nagpapasalamat sa pamunuan ng ating sangay sa pagkakaroon ng ganitong panuntunan kung saan ang ating mga bagong talagang mga school heads ay mabibigyan ng pagkakataon na muling balikan ang kanilang mga role bilang mga school leaders dahil ito po ay hindi madali na maging isang school head, kundi ito ay may kaakibat na mga obligasyon na mga dapat gampanan upang lalo nating maibigay ang maayos na serbisyo sa ating mga kliyente, higit sa ating mga mag-aaral na siyang pinaka-sentro ng ating serbisyo sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Kaya nararapat lamang po na kayo ay mabigyan ng guide, mabigyan ng kaukulang turo upang sa ganun po ay lalo ninyong maisapuso, maisabuhay ang mga gawain ng isang school head. Hindi po madali ang maging school head. Maliit man yan, malaking paaralan, parehas lamang po ang trabaho. Kaya hindi pwedeng maliitin na, ikaw TIC ka lang, ako head teacher, siya principal. Dahil at the end of the day, ang trabaho nyo ay kung paano makatuwang sa ating Department of Education na yung mithiin na vision, mission, and core values ay maisakatuparan sa lahat ng pampublikong paaralan. At kayo po ay isa doon sa mga inaatasan ng ating kagawaran na siyang magpatupad ng mga publikong mithiin ng ating kagawaran. Kaya sana po ay maging gabay ninyo, maging tulong itong mga lecture mula sa iba't ibang mga speaker at mula sa iba't ibang mga opisina upang lalong ma-improve, lalong maisaayos ang serbisyo natin sa ating mga kababayan sa mga paaralan kung saan kayo nakatalaga. Ito pong slide na aking gagamitin, maybe hindi na bago sa nakakarami, lalong-lalo na sa ating pong mga principals na pumasa na sa principal's test. Pero po alam ko na ito ay malaking tulong, ito ay malaking tuwang sa mga would-be principals like head teachers and TIC. Pero be that as it may, pareho po ito ninyong dapat balikan dahil kapag may pumupunta po sa opisina, nagrireklamo tungkol sa principal o di kaya naman inirereklamo ang principal, I felt a little bit guilty na hindi ito na ibibigay ng legal office sa ating mga school, sa mga nasa field. O di kaya naman ay maraming mga school head pa rin ang kailangang itapon dito sa division office o sa mas mataas na opisina ang mga tanong na ano ba ang gagawin sa mga kakulangan like kakulangan ng module, ng activities sa mga paaralan. Yan po ay mga bahagi ng pagiging isang instructional leader at isang administrative manager. At nawa po makatulong sa inyo ang slide na ito. Ito po ay may pamagat na governance at the school level. At sana hindi ako duplication ng ilan pa sa mga nag-present ng slide, kundi ito ay maging aid, maging supplement doon sa mga nauna kung meron man. So meron tayong pong Republic Act 9155. Sabi ng ilan, gawin niyo itong Biblia ninyo sa mga pagpapatakbo niyo ng paaralan. It means to say that this will be your guide, this will be your book for the operations of the school. This is entitled The Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. And its level of governance, nandoon kayo sa tinatawag nating letter E, which is the school. Well, the school is the heart of the educational system. Kaya po sa paaralan, dapat may puso. Very literal interpretation ko yan. Pero ibig sabihin that the school is the heart of the educational system. Ine-expect po kayo at ine-expect po ang paaralan na dyan matututo ang ating mga estudyante. Kaya kinakailangan na meron dyan na isang school head. Sabi dyan, there shall be a school head for all public elementary schools and public high schools or a cluster thereof. The establishment of integrated schools from existing public elementary and public high schools shall be encouraged. So, the word is school head. It does not say there that principal. So, it's a school head. School head, as our designation usually being released through an AO in our division office, you could be a principal, and a principal could be principal 1, principal 2, principal 3, principal 4. I have known a lot of principals for in our division, but not more than that item. We also have head teachers, head teacher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are so many schools heads occupying HT 1, 2, and 3, but I have known one in the division of Camarines Sur occupying an HT 6 item. So that's still a school head. And there are so many, especially assigned in the far flanks, assigned in a small school, teacher in charge. So whether you are a teacher in charge, a teacher or principal, you belong to the word school head. The function, the same. You are the head of the school. Only that if you are a TIC, that is an added function to your being a teacher. Now, there are also schools considered as integrated schools. When we say integrated, these are the schools operating a kindergarten, elementary, junior high school, and senior high school in one site, headed by one school head. Although the word there used is shall, in statutory construction, when you say shall, it means mandatory, but there are some schools, some integrated schools, which are separating already because of the difficulty in implementing the curriculum or in managing the curriculum, because there are some uh, integrated school heads who are elementary concentrated school heads, and therefore they find it difficult when they are assigned to an integrated school and they have to manage the junior and the senior high school. And in junior and senior high school, it's specialization compared to an elementary, which is a generalization. So you are a generalist in the elementary, but you are a specialist in the secondary. And sometimes an elementary school head doesn't have any background about the secondary school. So therefore, when they are assigned to an integrated school, it's very challenging. And therefore, I salute those who are who are handling integrated school. I salute you, my dear school head, for your patience and for your for accepting the challenge of handling the integrated schools. Now, the school head, who may be assisted by an assistant school head, shall be both an instructional leader and administrative manager. There are some schools, especially in public high schools, offering both the junior and the senior high school that an assistant school head is assigned. Now, as a school head, you are both an instructional leader and an administrative manager. I do not know of school heads who do not function this. Mostly, they function as instructional leader and administrative manager. However, there are so many things that you need to understand that when we say instructional leader, you have the function to understand that you are going to implement the instruction, the curriculum in the level of the school. And as a school, you can improve the delivery, trying to understand, trying to apply it in the landscape of your school. Do not compete with a central school with more than 3,000 enrollment, like that of Goa Central School, and you only have 32. You need to address your own landscape. You need to address, if you are a multi-grade, you need to address the multi-grade concern. Do not, well, you can aim to become a school head of a very big public school, but you need to understand your present landscape. And as an instructional leader, you have the reason to improve the landscape of your own school. You have the reason to improve your own school based on the need that you have. And you also an administrative manager, and therefore you operate your school MOOE, your maintenance and other operating expenses. And it is saddened the office is saddened when there are some reports of utilization up to 20%, up to 30% only of your school MOOE. For example, if you have 100,000, you only consume 20,000, 30,000. What will you do with the 80,000, with the 70,000 if you only have that utilization? That is a setback to your being a school head. So therefore, try to align, trying to realign, reprogram, because that is the things that your teachers are expecting from you as a school head. If there are reports that are being reported to us that this school has no water supply, this school has no electric supply, this school have no school supplies for bond paper, ink, etc. And yet, when you look into the MOOE, out of 100,000, only 20,000 have been expended. So, that is a shortcoming of the school head as an administrative manager. The school head shall form a team with the school teachers, learning facilitators for delivery of quality educational programs, projects, and services. So as a school head, you are allowed to form a team. And that is why you assign sometimes a team of validators, a team of uh, quality assurance within the school level. So it means to say that within your own sphere, within your own level, you can improve the delivery of quality educational programs, projects, and services by assigning it to your by forming a team in your school. And usually the team is headed by the school head. So when you assign, when you form a team, do not say na, oh, do it, and then adjust patria, wala na, malis ka na, hindi mo naman lang pinag-supervise, and then you will say, where is now the output? Hindi ganon. You need to supervise it. You need to properly follow up and then ask for feedback, because that is what is expected from you as a school head. A core of non-teaching staff shall handle the school's administrative, fiscal, and auxiliary services. This school year, a lot of administrative positions were created. However, not everybody is given the item because of very limited item naman. However, ang operation ng school ay hindi pwedeng sabihin na hindi tatakbo dahil wala kaming permanent staff, wala kaming permanent staff ng bookkeeper, permanent staff ng disbursing officer. You are allowed to designate as a school head. Kaya hindi pwedeng malumpo ang paaralan dahil lamang sa walang mga permanenteng item ng mga non-teaching sa inyong paaralan. Bilang school head, nasa sa inyong mga kamay kung paano tatakbo kahit walang mga permanenteng item ng non-teaching sa inyong schools. Ganyan po ang pagpapatakbo ng schools, lalong-lalo na yung ating mga maliliit na kulang ang staff ng teacher, and yet hahandle pa ng administrative, fiscal, and auxiliary services. Oh. So, yan po ay mga, sabi nga niyan, proper identification of the strength and weaknesses of your teachers, proper identification of their specialization, proper identification of their best practices that you need to do in order for you to give the proper designation to them. So, hindi pwedeng basta-basta lang, bara-bara, kung sino ang tamaan yun na, hindi pwede. Dapat, ina-identify nyo rin bilang school head, ano ba ang mga pwede dito kay ma'am, dito kay sir. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng basta mo lang bibigyan na hindi rin naman magagampanan ng ating teacher dahil wala rin naman sa kanilang core of specialization. Kaya, bibigyan nyo ng tama, sabi nga ni Kaan, magkakanigong mga bagay-bagay na dapat nyong ipagkaloob, i-assign sa teacher base na rin sa kanilang kakayahan. Now, ito na yung tinatawag nating AuRA. Authority, Accountability, and Responsibility. Bilang mga school heads, consistent with the national educational policies. So, though you have this AuRA, you need to consider yung nauunang phrase, consistent with the national policies, plans, and standards. So, hindi ka pwede rin na basta-basta lang na hindi mo kinoconsult ang umiiral na DepEd order na ipinalabas ng ating secretary. Palagi niyong iangkla, palagi ninyong tingnan. Kaya kung meron man kayong dapat bisitahin, my dear school heads, na website, una, www.deped.gov.ph. Ulitin ko, www.deped.gov.ph. Yan po ang dapat palagi niyong binibisita. At ano ang hahanapin niyo? Yung issuances ng ano? Una, DepEd order. DepEd order has a force and effect of a law. Yan ay batas sa atin sa Department of Education. Hanggat hindi nare-repeal, hanggat hindi pinapalitan, hanggat hindi binabago ang isang DepEd order, mananatili yan na DepEd order which has a force and effect of a law within our system, within our department. So, dapat palagi niyong tinitingnan ang mga latest DepEd orders issued to the field para meron kayong guide sa pagpapatakbo ng paaralan. Yun namang mga DepEd memoranda, pag na-meet na, pag nagampanan na nun yung kanyang function, yung kanyang pinaka-purpose, that already terminates, that already ends yung DepEd memoranda. Pero kung hindi at mayroong continuous application, well, that's still applicable. Yun namang mga DepEd advisory, that is for the guidance lang sa field, pwedeng hindi yun mga mandatory, pwede yun na gawin, pwedeng hindi. These are advisory. Kaya kinakailangan binibisita nyo palagi ang www.deped.gov.ph and look for issuances so that you will be guided on what things to do, what things to understand while you are in the operation of your school. Now, ang sunod na dapat nyo ring binibisita ay ang ating website, www.depedcamsur.com. Ulitin ko, www.depedcamsur.com. Why? There are so many school heads, teachers, communicating us through our webpage, asking, can you give us please this particular memo issued by our superintendent for this particular activity? My dear friend, my dear fellow school heads, my dear school heads, once posted in our website, that is already considered official. So, when you are looking for a particular issuances from our division, look at our issuances posted in our website. That will guide you on our policies, on our things to do within the level of our division. So always visit these websites because this will guide you updates on browsing things about the operation of the DepEd and of the schools. Now, under the AuRA, your first is setting the mission, vision, goals, and objectives of the school. So as I was telling you, consistent with national educational policies, look at DepEd Order number 36, Series 2013. Because I have seen one vision mission statement posted in the Facebook that when I read it, seems it's not consistent with our issuances, with the DepEd issuance in DepEd Order 36. So I go back to DepEd Order 36 and compare the posted DepEd Vision mission in the school. And I inform the principal, please see DepEd Order 36, Series of 2013 for your DepEd Vision, mission, and core values, because that is not our vision, mission statement. And what I thank for naman is the school changed it accordingly to the DepEd Order 36 series of 2013. So you will no longer have the problem with the vision, mission, and statement because it is already uniform across the country, mula Apare hanggang Hulo, north to south, east to west. Ano na lang dapat mong gawin? See to it that the vision of the Department of Education is now taking place in your school. Number 2, creating an environment within the school that is conducive to teaching and learning. Oh, how is your school? Is it conducive to learning? Baka man sobrang dumi. Nagpapalinis ba si school head? Trabaho yan ni school head. Hindi siya ang maglilinis. Hindi po kayo ang maglilinis. But it is your task, it is your mandate to keep the surrounding conducive to teaching and learning. Kung napakarumi yan, di mga magkakasakit ang bata, paano sila papasok, paano sila matuto? Kailangan magpalinis. Wala bang mga nakaprud dyan na mga matatalas na bagay, mga kabilya, mga simento na pwedeng makadagan sa mga bata? So, kinakailangan na ang environment natin ay conducive to teaching and learning. Kaya si DRR kinakailangang lagyan ng mga precautionary signages. Yung mga building na dilapidated, yung mga structure na protruding and might cause an accident for our children. Baka ang inyong mga classroom ay napakainit. Pero sinasabi ni principal, ni school head, itong classroom nyo, hindi well lighted, hindi well ventilated. Wala namang binibigay si school head na electric fan. Wala namang binibigay si school head na ceiling fan. Di nagpapalagay ng aircon. Pero seeing complaint that your classroom is very hot. Pero nung tingnan yung MOOA na 100,000, 20,000 pa lang ang nagagastos para man 1,000 ang electric fan na bibilhin. So, it's up for you, my dear school head, na mag-create ng environment that is conducive to teaching and learning. Number 3, implementing the school curriculum and being accountable for higher learning outcomes. Implementing the school curriculum. Our curriculum across the country is uniform. We have the K-12 curriculum. As a school head, you are guided by we have the observation sheet, we have things to do inside the classroom. See to it na kung ano ang mga ngayon ang ginagamit natin with this pandemic, yung tinatawag nating milks. Meron pa rin tayong mga school heads na meron na ngang module, pinapagawa pa rin ng mga additional na wala doon sa milks. Mga things to supervise yan. Nasa sa inyo na po yan bilang mga school head. Kayo po ang makakapagbigay ng tamang guide sa mga teachers kasi nga, school head kayo. So therefore, inaasahan na kayo ang unang tatakbuhan. And dapat alam nyo na sa level ninyo, kaya nyo yan i-execute. Ito lang ang palagi nating guide. Una, tama ang ipinapatupad natin. Pangalawa, walang matatapakan ng mga karapatan ng mga kabataan. Pangatlo, yung ating mga guro ay guided kung anong mga gagawin. Pag mga ganun lang naman, ano ba ang mali sa magmahal, sabi ni Miriam? Wala. Basta mahalin mo ang mga trabaho mo dyan ng maayos, then there is nothing wrong with it. Kaya implement the curriculum in your level. I remember one speech of then Yusek Digdino. Sabi niya, na-assign siya sa isang malayo, multigrade na paaralan. Doon mismo, nag-innovate siya kung paano maaayos yung curriculum ng multigrade. Sabi ng iba, kailangan ko pa bang magpa-approve niyan sa division office? Kailangan ko pa bang magpa-approve niyan sa district office, sa regional, hanggang sa central office bago ako mag-implement? Hindi. As long as you have the minimum, the DepEd will not, ang DepEd hindi magbabawal na marating mo ang pinaka-maximum. The competencies are our minimum guide. Improve mo yan, maximize it, improve it, do some innovation about it. Well, that's within your own sphere. Nasa sa inyo na lang yan bilang mga curriculum leader. Number 4, developing the school education program and school improvement plan. So yung mga SIP 3-year plan, yung ating work and financial plan, dapat may mga target kayo dyan. Kaya minsan nagkakagulo dahil wala man lang na target doon sa mga nilagay sa school improvement plan. Kaya nga may school improvement plan because that will guide us of the things to do for the next 3 years. Dapat nakaprogram na dyan. Ano ba ang mga aasahan ng ating community sa mga susunod na taon? Dahil may 3 years ka ng school development plan. Yung iba nga 5-year plan pa. Kaya palagi nyo yan babalik-balikan, palagi nyo titingnan doon sa inyong school improvement plan, ano na ba ang mga na-target? Diba sa school improvement plan, maglalagay kayo ng mga project. Halimbawa sabi mo, Project Quarosa, quarterly recognition of achievements of students. Kaya sabi mo, mayroon kang Project Quarosa. Ngayon, doon sa Project Quarosa mo, quarterly. So it means to say, in a year, you need to give recognition at least 4. Kasi nga quarterly. So in every quarter, you have 1. So 4. That is part of your project and your school improvement plan. Natapos na lamang si taon, pati pagpa-graduation, dai nakapagsagibo. So therefore, wala kang makikitang achievement doon sa iyong school improvement plan. So try to consider that because that will be part of your tracking. Tinatrack dapat yan. Nang sa ganun, may iwasan rin ang pagpunta sa amin sa legal office na, Sir, si principal po, bakit ayaw niya magpa-graduation? Turulan na lang daa kang diploma, tamayo da ang budget, habo naman da ang magpa-contribute ni DepEd. Pag may ganyang mga nakakarating, kung pwede lang na na balikan ito. Kaso hindi naman pwedeng kada may pumunta le-lecturean ng ganito. So this is timely and fitting na may ganitong programa ang ating sangay na bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon na muli ay mabuksan ang kaisipan ng ating mga school heads na ito po ay within your level. Pwede nyo na pong gawin. Next, offering educational programs, projects, and services which provide equitable opportunities for all learners in the community. So example, ano ba ang mga programs na pwede nyong gawin? Ito, pwede nyo na rin itong isulat sa inyong school improvement plan. Yung inyo pong mga programs, projects, and services. Kasi, yan ay pwede nyong lagyan ng budget. So, ilagay nyo na rin siya sa school improvement plan. Then, paggawa nyo ng ASP, yung annual school, ng ASB, annual school budget. Paggawa nyo ng annual procurement plan at saka ng work and financial plan. Kung ano yung mga nandun sa school improvement plan, in a year, ilagay nyo na rin doon sa mga babadgetan nyo in 1 school year. So, yung mga program, projects, and services ninyo sa inyong mga estudyante. Like for example, libre ang paggupit. Pag may brigada eskwela, di ba, may mga libreng paggupit, libre ang pamanicure, papedicure. Yan ay mga serbisyo ng paaralan. Pwede niyong gawin yan. Libre ang pagpagawa ng pagbigay ng mga school supplies. Yung mga ganun ay serbisyo nyo yan sa paaralan. Hindi yan pinagbabawal kasi yan ay opportunities for all learners in the community and give them that equal opportunity. Bigyan nyo ng pagkakataon lahat. Nang sa ganon, walang nagre-reklamo. Number 6, introducing new and innovative modes of instruction to achieve higher learning outcome. As I was telling you a while ago, as an instructional leader, you can lead the teachers. You can lead the school in introducing new and innovative modes of instruction. For example, in this time of pandemic, you can have during the enrollment period, there are some proposals that reach our office proposing that the enrollment will be through online, and that the students will not, and that the parents will no longer go to the school simply to register the enrollment of their students, but because of the offline facilities, of the online facilities, there are now some scheme that the schools devices, like ayun, mga mode kung saan hindi na kinakailangang magpunta pa ang estudyante at ang magulang sa paaralan, makukuha na nila yung kinakailangan. And ngayon may mga request na tayo. For example, in the division office, we already have implemented our online facility for online request. The legal office is signing your request for for fidelity bond. Kahit pinadala nyo lang yan sa amin sa messenger o kaya sa email ng legal, you don't need to go to our office. Pipirmahan po yan ng inyong lingkod. Basta yan makonfirm namin na walang kaso. Pag may kaso, no perma. Yan ang mga ano to niyan. Or yung may kaso, ang marireceive nyo niyan, certification as to the status of the complaint against you in the division office. So, yun yung sa amin. Pero ngayon, ang inintroduce namin, yun na nga, pwede kayong magpapirma sa legal office at sa mga opisina natin kahit off the division office. Wala kayo dito. And I am signing even on a Saturday and Sunday. Although hindi ko naman sinasabing nagpapakabayani ako. Pero pag wala naman kasi akong minsan mga daladalang gawain, kahit ano to, nakakapirma naman. I'm very thankful for my staff in the office who facilitated these things for me. At yan po, pwede nyo nang ipadala sa amin. And gawin nyo rin yan sa mga paaralan ninyo na hindi na kailangang sasamba-samba pa ang mga teachers para lang sa isang stroke na pirma ni principal. Kung kaya namang gawin teleconference, kung kaya namang gawing through online modes, through online facility, di gawin na. That's part of the innovation. Bakit magpapara face-to-face kayo kung pwede namang gawing online? Basta yung purpose natin ay nandoon pa rin. Next, number 7, administering and managing all personnel, physical and fiscal resources of the school. Administrator lang po tayo at saka manager, hindi tayo ang owner. And therefore, wala na po sanang makaabot pa sa amin na mga reklamo katulad ng yung isang parte ng paaralan pinapaarkilahan sa isang machine, water refilling station. Although hindi yan sa Camarines Sur. May mga report na kasing nakarating na ganyan. May isang kaso sa Supreme Court na dinesisyonan na kung saan yung school head ay naging guilty siya ng grave misconduct dahil yung operation ng mga property doon sa loob ng school ay kanyang pinapaupahan. And worse, yung upa ay kung saan lang napunta. So therefore, I want everyone, precaution po sa lahat. Tayo ay administrator lang. We are not the owner. And as an administrator, we have that very limited function, and that to administer. We do not have that power to cede. We do not have that power to sale ang mga property ni DepEd. Kasi si DepEd lang po ang pwede kayan. And even entering into the usage of the properties for may mga request tayo, mga local government units, mga barangay, gusto magpatayo sa loob ng paaralan. Well, that is welcoming for our schools na nakakasolicit ng mga ganyan sa ating mga paaralan. Pero tandaan po natin, pag nagkakaproblema na pinapasok na po yan sa DepEd. Katulad ng gusto nang gawin lahat ng activity doon sa school. Kahit may dahil sasabihin sa kanila or kung kanino pa man yung structure na nandoon. Kaya walang masama po doon na tanggapin. Pero dapat may authority, ang Department of Education, na kayo ay ina-allowed na tumanggap ng mga bagay-bagay na yon for and in behalf of our superintendent, of our Department of Education. Alam niyo po ba na kahit ang donation na ibinibigay kay DepEd ng ating mga private stakeholders, halimbawa nag-donate ng lupa, hindi po yan basta pinipirmahan ng ating superintendent yung deed of donation. We still ask for the authority from our secretary to authorize our superintendent to accept any use of usufruct, donation, sale of any property for and in behalf of the Department of Education. Kaya po, maging guide sana ito para sa lahat ng mga school heads, lalong-lalo na kayo pong mga bago pa lang dito sa ating pamunuan. Next, recommending the staffing complement of the school based on its needs. Kaya po, ang mga school heads, hinihingian kayo ng teacher needs analysis because the Department of Education cannot just simply give an item to any particular school without any basis. Kaya every now and then, try to consider number of enrollment versus the number of teachers and the ratio between the number of teachers and the enrollment because that will be the basis of the need for an additional item to the school. Then number 9, encouraging staff development. Na ipagparataguon ang mga pa-training, ang mga pa-seminar is disseminate iyan sa mga teacher. Maski pa yan sabi nindo, ay ka ang teacher man kayang ini pag may naaaraman ang perminaan niyang quotation sir aron ka ini. According to our seminar, o di maringani ta may nanudan. Gustong sabihon, gusto niyang i-implement ang nanudan niya during the seminar. Balat sibuyas din kasi minsan yung school head, ayaw ding masapawan noong teacher na nag-attend ng seminar. Kaya ganon. Pero disseminate because that is part of the staff development. Nang sa ganun, mag-improve ang level of thinking, mag-improve ang level of understanding dahil nagkakaroon sila ng mga interaction sa iba't ibang mga bagay. Pero ang kagandahan, in the other side siguro ngayon nitong pandemic, marami ngayong mga inoffer na mga seminars na hindi na kinakailangan pa ng permiso ng mga higher ups, ngayon nakaka-attend na. So I just do hope and pray na ang lahat ng mga nag-a-attend ng mga webinar, online training seminar, magamit yon para sa betterment ng ating mga paaralan. And number 10, establishing school and community networks and encouraging the active participation of teachers, organizations, non-academic personnel of public schools, and parent-teachers community association. Kaya ito pong number 10, kung kayo ay magaling sa community organizing or kayo ay ang school head na maganda ang relation sa community, makikita nyo ito na during Brigada Eskwela, kahit hindi pa kayo nag-a-announce, meron nang pumupunta. Kahit hindi pa kayo nagsasabing magsimula ng brigada, meron na. Kasi nakikita naman, kahit wala pa kayong mga programa, may nagdo-donate na. Ganoon po ang linkages natin. Kung napapaayos natin yan, maganda ang ating treatment sa community, marami kayong makukuhang tuwang, marami kayong makukuhang tulong. Nakakapagsabi ako niyan kasi as an awardee ng Brigada Eskwela when I was a school head like you, ganun, nasasabi ko kasi nakakapagbigay ng mga ng mga assistance yung stakeholders sa ating school like for modules for library, for the fencing, mga ganon. Yan ay through your active role in the community. Kaya di maging di maging kalaban ng community, kundi mahalin ang community nang sa ganon, sabi nga nung awit, it will comes right back to you. Babalik sa'yo. Dahil minahal mo yung community, di mamahalin ka rin ng community mo. Number 11, pwede ba itong accepting donation, gifts, bequest, grants for the purpose of upgrading teachers, learning facilitators' competencies, improving and expanding school facilities, and providing instructional materials and equipment. Such donations or grants must be reported to the appropriate district supervisors and division superintendents. Hindi po sa Facebook, hindi po sa Instagram, hindi sa Twitter ang reporting, kundi sa district supervisor saka sa division superintendents. Especially yung mga cash donations kasi meron tayo niyang COA rules na dapat sundin. Kaya po maging careful tayo sa pag-accept ng mga donations. Ang ating Brigada Eskwela ang sinasabi ay mga non-cash donations ang tinatanggap natin. So, isulat nyo lang yung mga consumable na mga dinonate, bond paper. Kasi pag properly naman ginamit nyo yan, maayos, well documented, well reported. So yan lang naman nire-require dito sa atin. So observe always other rules like the COA, accounting, budgeting rules and regulations. Palaging i-consider nyo po iyan. And number 12, performing such other functions as may be assigned by proper authorities. Kaya ito na po ang catch-all, ang number 12. So hindi mo pwedeng sabihin 1 to 11 ayoko, pwede pa nga bigyan ng additional kasi itong number 12, performing such other functions. Ano ba yung other functions? Duly assigned to us by proper authorities. Okay, so the Secretary of Education shall create a promotions board at the appropriate levels which shall formulate and implement a system of promotion for schools, division supervisors, schools, district supervisors, and school heads. And the promotion of school heads shall be based on educational qualification. That's why continuously improve yourselves. Let us continuously improve ourselves. If we are done with our baccalaureate, why not continue pursuing our master's degree? Why not continue pursuing our doctoral degree or its other equivalent courses? Kasi may mga equivalent courses na po ngayon na ina-allowed under existing policies natin. So, hindi lamang graduate ka ng PhD, EDD. Ngayon, yung mga Juris Doctor, they are also now considered as doctor. And those are equivalent. So, what else? Merit and performance. So, yan ang mga ano to natin, basis. That's why you must have, when we say merit and performance, so performance rating for the last 3 years are considered, is considered as part of the selection processes. And then you have the innovation, awards, etc. Research, trainings, and seminar. Rather than on the number of teachers or learning facilitators and learners in the school. Gone are the days where many of the guidelines says, oh, you cannot be promoted to principal. You are only handling 3 teachers, then you become a principal. Gone are the days where like that, because our new guidelines, especially coming from RA 9155, that promotion of school heads shall be based on educational qualification, merit, and performance, because we are in a government of merit. We call that meritocracy, where promotion is based on the merits of a particular teacher or school head and not on a number of facilitators and learners. Qualification, salary grade, status of employment, and welfare and benefits of the school head shall be the same for public elementary and secondary and integrated schools. So across the country, when you say principal 1 receiving a salary grade 19, the same to all principal in all levels of in all schools across the country, because they are receiving the same qualification, salary grade, status of employment, welfare, and benefits. So that's all for today. If you have further clarification, further questions, you can always reach me, and you can always send a message sa akin sa Messenger, or pwede kayong magbisita sa amin sa opisina. Pero ngayon, wag na muna dahil panahon ngayon ng pandemic, ini-encourage natin na ang mga schools natin ay mag-transact sa pamamagitan ng aming mga online facility. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.